Just we open the meeting at 5:01. Have a quorum. Everybody's looked at the agenda. Does anybody have a conflict of interest in anything that we're discussing? Is there any adjustments to the agenda? Give everybody a couple minutes here to look at the past minutes and make sure they're correct in your eyes, and then somebody can make a motion.
Make a motion that we approve the minutes from the July 12th meeting. As written.
I'll second.
Any discussion? Seeing none, all in favor? Want to do one for the second one too?
I'll make a motion that we accept the minutes of the organization meeting of July 12th as written.
Second it.
Any discussion? All those in favor? 4-0. No public, obviously, unless Tracy has something to say. Purchase orders, nothing.
I haven't seen anything from Purchase Michaels.
Application,
I checked with both code enforcement and Chick Hill to see if they knew of anything that was outstanding, and we don't have anything.
okay, abatements,
Same.
great. Chick Hill update, not worried about that right now. I'm sure you probably don't have a lot on that. Okay,
Yeah, we do have Nick Archer, the contract guy that's been filling up there to make sure the testing and stuff's getting done. The board approved a lead operator position, but that's all union stuff, so it's gotta be posted and all sort of stuff, so that's what we're on.
Oh, great.
With that, so, and that will, with that lead operator, they'll get a $5,000 increase in the stipend type of scenario.
good.
If anybody's
Incentive.
interested in it.
Nice.
So,
So I don't know if everybody heard that they hired is he interim?
the Nick Archer.
Yeah,
Yeah, he's a contracted person, so he'll just kind of bridges the gap through getting testing and all of the state requirements by ordinance. In a Money View state statute, we have to have a sewer superintendent. So he has all of the qualifications to meet that.
I do, one question, do we have, are we putting it out there or we're just gonna go with contracted for now and then?
So
At some
I think with the lead operator thing that the board just, that new add-on to a position would meet the requirements.
Oh.
And that we need to for all our licensing and all of that other thing. We have advertised for public services director. I don't know the sewer superintendent is part of that job
Okay.
description, as Joe revamped it.
Okay,
So,
right, just a question,
yeah,
thank you,
absolutely.
appreciate it. That's it, continuing business, sewer connection compliance.
So I know that Rudy's still outstanding, and I don't know if he's gonna sell the retention center, or if he's just closing it, I'm not sure what's going on there. But I'm not, I don't know, is that something that we put in the property? I don't know how, if he sells it, I think the new people buying it need to be aware that that's definitely
They have to
something that
come into
needs to be,
compliance.
it needs to happen at the time of purchase. I don't know how to communicate that to,
Well,
to buyers.
I think that's easy enough to do, because whenever we, a property sells and we have something that needs to get done, it's said in the letter to them when the closing happens, that this needs to happen
Okay,
in a certain amount of time. So that's something the sewer, because they
okay,
get a closing information. They should be able to put something, some kind of verbiage in there.
okay,
Just, you can talk to them about it. They can holler at Barbara, because she's the one who does all our closing stuff.
see if she gets that communicated out. It would be an awesome, it would be the perfect time to get it just
Yep.
buttoned up,
Yep.
then it's done, so.
So does Rudy own the whole building?
Yep, that's his
Oh, I
whole
didn't know that.
setup. Yep,
Is the rest of it storage?
Yep.
And he's just got the bottle place at the end, so if somebody buys it and turns it back into all storage, then there's no compliance
no, there's still.
necessary?
If there's an office in there, there has to be water, a place to go to the bathroom.
That's what I'm saying, if they just get rid of that and make it all storage base
I
again.
I don't know that that's true.
I don't think that.
I don't think that's true. I think you have to have something in there.
Okay, just curious.
The storage, well, yeah, I don't know. I think that's what it is. If I remember what I've read in this, if you have a business, you have to have a place to go to the bathroom.
Right, for sure, yeah,
If it's just a garage or something, you don't have to.
right.
As in Ryan Thompson's garage, he doesn't have to because it's not his business.
Yeah, it's his own personal garage, right? I see.
And Haley, they've stubbed it off, so they're working towards it, so
Okay,
that's good.
that's more of an update than I have on.
Yeah, they've got it across the road and there's a stub right there, so I think they're looking to tear that building down, so anyways, just so you all know.
Okay,
Rate hearing and planning,
I don't have any update on that, I'm not even sure where that got left off. Yeah,
we'll wait for the superintendent.
yeah. Yeah.
Comprehensive plan directives. Just wait till we get somebody
That's
solid.
just an ongoing thing, yeah, once we get, that'll actually be a good time to actually start on it too, when we have the new person in here, just
Yeah.
have them from the word go.
Yep.
I'm sorry that everything is kind of stalled out, but you know how.
Yeah, I mean, this is specialized stuff.
Yeah.
You should
It's,
really know a lot
It's a
of the
full-time job
detail.
to try and know all this.
You know this, you don't know the
Right,
little.
exactly, exactly.
We got it. Alright. And the most important one on the sheet, the new business, Whip Willow septic sewer connection.
So this gal needs written authorization from, we really want your blessing on this before we vote it, that you have permission. To, you know, the ordinance says that within 200 feet, they've got to be connected, and she's close. But after you read what not only the contractors, but the building inspector found her property, she's looking for a letter to release her from that requirement to be attached to town water and sewer.
And I can attest, we have water up to that point, and we know there's ledge there, and it would be very expensive for the blasting and all that. But on that note, if I read this ordinance correctly, it says we can only give a 10-year. It sounds to me like we can only give a 10-year.
The event of an exception is granted under this section, connection must be made within 10 years to the date such exception was granted.
So would we, if we make the motion, would it be to give the exception and to discuss again in 10 years?
Yeah, I think that's,
Okay.
because per ordinance, that's, your hands are tied with the 10-year limitation.
Alright.
So,
This is a lot up in the lodges?
Yeah.
Somebody's building their own personal house.
Well, there's a few houses already up there.
Right, up way at the top of the hill.
Yeah.
Yeah. And that's where this is also?
Yep, it's at the very top. It's the last, well, one of the last lots on the left.
Okay,
And that also brings to light that maybe it's time for a change in wording here that says 10 years review the exception to see if it's still warranted. Because if there's legend power lines,
Right.
10 years from now, this
So-
seems like she has to do something about it within the next 10 years.
So as far as I'm concerned, the power lines don't mean anything. That's just, they work around this stuff all the time. That, in my opinion, that doesn't mean
Okay.
anything. You can put stuff around power lines. We have it all over the place, especially up there. The ledge is the thing that's the game changer for me.
Yeah,
So just my opinion on that.
Okay, And you're not alone, there's, Paul makes mention of the legend in his letter too.
Okay, somebody want to make that motion or want me to, or?
And what I'll do is
It's a
I'll probably
recommendation.
construct a letter and then have you guys say it's okay before I. have Joe
So
sign
we're
it.
just making a recommendation to the board, to the selectmen?
Yeah,
Okay.
so what you're actually doing is you're writing a letter to authorize just to this lady, whatever her name is, that will go into her property file that releases her from the requirement to be attached to town sewer and water at this time for a period of 10 years, effective October 11th.
There. Who wants to say that?
I just have a couple of questions.
Sure.
The lodges obviously has town water and sewer in it. And there's,
Well, yes, it's a private sewer system, but it is a sewer system.
and it comes into the town eventually.
Yep,
as well?
it goes into the town, yes,
And there's no other alternative route
no,
to,
not that would save them any money at all, it would be more expensive to try to route it out around. Because it
right,
doesn't go anywhere up the hill,
right.
just up that road, and that's it.
I was just wondering like how close is she to, like the health center or
She's beside it, up the hill.
she's
But
above the health
She's
center?
above, way above the health center.
And there's nothing could be run down from there to the,
No,
connect to the
it's-
health
it's-
centers. you
It's
know?
all legend there, and then
It
you
is.
gotta buy right of ways and all that stuff.
Right,
Um,
okay,
the health center actually, how does their water run down? No, it would be a long run,
yeah,
and it wouldn't. It would be more than 200 feet, so you can't make them do that, because you gotta be within 200 feet
Right,
of the
yes,
line,
that I
so you
remember,
couldn't
yeah.
do that anyways.
Yeah, I just was curious, because if somebody else finds out, well, how come they didn't have to be, you know?
Yeah.
You know how people are,
Yeah, no, absolutely, but I mean, there's stuff written in here, so we're covered, I mean, if there's a moratorium on the road, then.
due
they
to
don't have to do
extenuating
it. Yeah,
circumstances, et cetera,
There's,
okay,
there's ways around it,
all right,
if they're legitimate, so.
sure. Works for me.
Who's giving it?
I don't remember what we're supposed to do. You do it, I can't remember.
I don't know,
Authorize the town manager to give written consent for a period of 10 years, starting October 11th, 2022. To grant the exception to the ordinance along those lines, something along those lines.
can you just, as written, or as you said,
Yeah,
you're way better at it than I am.
right, all of these things.
Yeah, I think so. And then we'll, do you want, are you gonna do this and then have us come up and just sign it
So
when we get a chance?
I
or-
think Joe will sign it on your behalf,
Oh, okay,
but
great.
I would like to type it and have at least you and Jonathan, or some, I'd like to have you guys read it before
Oh, sure.
I'll send it off to Joe, and it will probably be tomorrow morning sometime.
Absolutely,
And sooner rather than later, to get a lot of dust. I'm sure she's wanting to get it wrapped up too.
excellent. Kind of disappointed I don't have a new water customer, but it's okay. She doesn't have to get on the water anyways, the sewer, you have to get on the water, you do not. All right, I guess that's it, so,
Second.
oh, sorry,
Oh, I'll
oh, we
second.
gotta vote on it.
Oh, I'll second.
Any more discussion? All those in favor? 4-0. Okay.
And
So meetings, coming up meetings, the sewer commission regular meeting, next one is 11/8/22. It's a Tuesday.
They all are.
Board of Selectmen, wow, that's a long ways away.
there might be the, did I type that wrong?
11/21, it must be 10/21, okay. I was looking, I was like, wow, they had a little vacation.
I cannot believe it's October, November, or
I know.
it's really screwing me up.
Yeah.
I'm having a hard time with my dates.
This summer flew by,
It did.
I think.
I think, yeah, 10/21/22. Do I need a motion to close?
Yeah.
Make a motion.
Motion we adjourn at 5:17.
So second.
All those in favor? Sorry, there was no discussion on that one. I don't think-